Evening, guys, and welcome to the SLS League Game Week 4. I'm going to try and run through with some commentary tonight, but conscious I've got some white noise on in the background because I've got a sleeping child, so if you can't hear me very well, if the background noise is annoying, then give me a shout and I'll just turn the volume off and go silent. So it'd be great to see if anyone is about. Just confirm what the volume's like and that the stream's up and running. I'll have a look at the fixtures. We've got a short game week in the Premier Division because of some cup games. So we've got Belfast versus Shillelagh, Ballycastle versus Glebe, the Drought versus GPR, and WC Stout versus Port Rush. Says it's waiting. Now it's live, okay. Just confirm in the YouTube chat, ideally, Dan, because I can just see that without going back and forth to my phone, if A, the stream's working, and B, if you can hear me okay. Like I said, I'm going to try and run it through with comms, but also conscious there's a bit of background noise with the white noise, so if it's a bit loud, you can't hear me, whatever, then I will just mute it. So, short game week in the Premier Division. Belfast versus Shillelagh, Ballycastle versus Glebe, the Drought versus GPR, WC Stout versus Port Rush. And then we also have the Irish Cup, League Cup it is, in which we've got Dronmore and Antrim. So there's going to be 6 games tonight, 4 Premier Division games, 2 League Cup games. Just have a quick look at the table. We've got GPR at the top of the table, joint on points with Shillelagh, the Drought and BT Belfast in behind. 3 teams yet to get a win, WC Stout, Glebe and Ballycastle. So we'll see where the fixtures take us tonight. We're going to start with Dronmore. We're going to be playing a League Cup game. Looks like they are putting out a strong side for the Cup. A few changes. Satmar is in. So Bolchi is in. Stransel is in at centre back. So we'll see how they go in the first game of the evening against Omagh. Oh, you did send your numbers in, but if you can quickly remind me. Very strong squad for the First Division. Dronmore probably will be there or thereabouts in the League Cup when it comes to the back end of the competition. Started off very strong. Maxim, who looks like he's rested tonight for Alton Top. Just wait for the manager to confirm his squad numbers. And then we'll kick off the first game. Stransel 5. Alton Top 11. Kirkland 17. Satmar 15. 22. Okay, let's get this one kicked off. Dronmore versus Omagh in the first of the League Cup group phase, which is a 5-team group with the top 2 progressing by the looks of it. We'll have a look later on at how that is formatted. Maybe it's 5 groups of 4 of the top 2 from 4 groups going through to a quarter-final, I would imagine. Vitaly Kutsov continuing his good form, opening the scoring for Dronmore. Just the 1 goal so far in the first half. Solid performance, pretty dominant. Probably would have wanted more goals to show for it, but overall, as expected, pretty dominant from the home side. Any changes at the 45 done? We're going to carry on to 60 minutes. And then I would expect to probably see a couple of changes, maybe a little bit of rotation. And there is Alton Top on his debut. And we're going to pause and see what Dan wants to do. We've got a 9 for Agahauer, 9 for Kutuzov, 8 for Saeed. We've got nobody on less than 80% fitness. Quickly drop across to the stats for Dan. Maybe we might see Karades for the first time, maybe Sorchinsky or Aurelio. Kutuzov started off really well this season. 4 goals and 2 assists in 3. He's going to get a breather. He's going to come off for Karades. And Sorochinsky is going to come on. The very versatile Sorochinsky for Kivu at centre back. And the manager protecting some of his key players ahead of the next set of league games. I think there's a 10-day break after these fixtures until the next league game, but again we'll have a look at that in a little bit. Still pretty dominant from Drummer. Nothing really coming from the away side. Just the 2 shots. We're into added time. And they've got a goal back. Michael McCammon has got a goal back with just a second shot on target. 17 shots, 9 on target for Dromore. Pretty comprehensive performance. Strantsov's not been fantastic on his debut. But all the key players that have sort of stayed in the side for the cup game have done well. Kutuzov, Agahauer, Saeed, and yeah, 3 points to kick off the group phase for Dromore. Next up, we've got Castle Drought versus GPR, which is a battle of the big hitters at the top of the Premier Division. Have we got any changes? Drought, I can't remember. We've got Johnny Cheddar in for Roy Keane, and I think that's the only change. So that's how the manager lines up. And then GPR are going to line up, I think, with one change. I think Ronaldinho is on 65% fitness, so David Collin comes in for a start. He's made a couple of appearances, 3 appearances from the bench. Apart from that, very solid lineup. We'll see how they go now. Bit of action in the first 15 minutes. A couple of free kicks awarded, 2 or 3 free kicks. Shevchenko goes close. Giggs involved, out wide for the Drought. "25 minutes in, still no goals. Drought coming forward. We've got an injury to Janet Cheddar. And the manager has left the tactical changes to my discretion. We're going to bring Emerton in like for the injured Johnny Cheddar. And we'll continue the game and play to half time. And it's a goal. Vincenzo Montella's open the scoring. And it's a double whammy. Luis Figo has made it 2-0. 2 goals in 3 minutes for the Drought against a GPR side that have been very impressive in the first few games of the season. And to be honest, it looks mostly Drought who've put the pressure on. The 4 players out wide you would suspect are probably heavily involved. Roberto Carlos and Shevchenko with the assists. And some solid performances from their attacking players. GPR do not look to have had a good half. We've got a 5 for Cannavaro, a 5 for Stamp, a 5 for Gattuso, 6s for Butt, Dyer, Davids and Bartes. Be interesting to see if the manager wants to make any changes. So we're going to see Igor Tudor come on for Gattuso, who's on a 5 and a booking. Be interesting to see if Beckham or Ronaldo are going to feature. So we're going to see Ronaldo come on. And he's going to come on for Crespo. We'll get the second half kicked off. Still drought coming forward. Another good chance early on in the second half. Montella, Figo and Shevchenko are linking up well. I'm going to stop that to see if the managers want to make any changes going into the last 25 minutes. Got Nicky Watt on a booking. One sub left for Green Park Rangers since they only have 3 subs in the Northern Irish League. And we're going to see David Beckham come on out wide for Nicky Butt, who's on a booking, with Dyer dropping into centre defensive midfield. We'll run it through to the end. He's still been pretty dominant from the drought. GPR have not really been able to lay a glove on him today. 12 minutes to go now, still a drought coming forward. Montella with a chance, Giggs has been involved, Roberto Carlos heavily involved. Really impressive performance against a side in GPR that started well. 13 attempts from the drought, 7 on target, just 3 for GPR with 1 goal. Very, very impressive performance. Figo's going to pick up the Man of the Match award. A couple of key passes and a goal. Montella with a goal as well. Very solid performance. GPR with some big players with some poor performances, really letting them down there. Gattuso and Nicky Butt just didn't get a hold at midfield. Don't know whether there was additional pressure with the double wide players from the drought with Giggs, Carlos Ortega and Zanetti. But you know, Zanetti's had a good game, as has Carlos, both the wing backs. So yeah, really impressive performance. Well done to the manager. We're going to go over to BT Belfast versus Castle Leprechaun, who look like they have made a couple of changes from the last match. Just the one change, is it? Rooney is coming for Ronaldo. I'm not sure whether that is a fitness issue or not. It's not. So Rooney is going to debut up front. 2 finishing, 4 passing. It'll be interesting to see how the Leprechauns go on against Belfast, who have slightly tweaked their formation. SLS holding by himself the area in central midfield with Boy Kewell and Nikiforenko supporting Batistuta, who's come back in. The impressive Lezarazu still keeping Zeriberto out of the lineup. So we'll see how this one plays out. Belfast will be looking to capitalise on one of the teams above them dropping points. But it's shit. Ooh, Shillalaz have had a goal disallowed through Eto early on and look to have started the brightest 25 minutes in. Belfast looking to come back into it, and there they have opened the scoring through Zayalias. And a double whammy as Batistuta makes it 2-0, 2 goals in 2 minutes. After a slow start, come back into the game and been pretty ruthless. It didn't look like they'd had that many chances, and it certainly wasn't one-sided. Shillalaz still looking to come back into it, but pretty clinical from Belfast. 3 attempts, 3 on target, 2 goals, just the 1 attempt on target for the away side, who have not been disgraced and actually looked like they were in the game at least for the first 25 minutes until that double from Belfast, Tim Flowers not having a great game. Carboni and Nicky Barmby pretty ineffective going forward for the away team. Belfast, Vieira and Kewell not having the best of games. We've got another assist for Lezarazu. Batistuta with his first goal of the season. We're going to continue on till 60 minutes. No changes for either side. And Shillalaz are back in it with Overmars on 49 minutes. And we're going to skip on towards the half an hour mark. Half an hour to go. We're going to have a look at the condition for the Belfast side. Quickly skip over and have a look at Shillalaz here. Teddy Lucic having a good game at the back. Assist for Carboni. Mike Overmars with the goal. We're going to do something here. We're going to drop Vieira back towards defensive midfield and put Boyer in the middle on his own. We're going to put Petit on for Boyer just for a little bit of extra cover, and I think that's credit to the away side, and that's what we're going to do. Try and consolidate. Vieira goes close with a chance. Rooney with a chance, and he scored. Wayne Rooney on his debut has pulled it back to 2-2. He's got 2 for finishing, and away from home, 2-0 down. Shillalaz have put Belfast to the sword and pulled it back. But Batistuta is there with his second of the game. 8 minutes to go. We're into stoppage time now. And Batistuta has had a goal disallowed for his hat trick. And what a game that was. End to end, the away side of the underdogs went 2-0 down after having a goal disallowed. Brought it back to 2-2. Looked like they were going to salvage a point. And then Batistuta with his second goal of the game has snatched all 3 points for Belfast. 2 goals for him, an assist for Lezarazu, an assist for Petit from the bench. Some average performances in there. Buffon's not really shone in goal. Vieira's not done a great deal in the middle of the park. For Shillalaz, Rooney's got a goal. Carrier with an assist. Carboni with an assist. And a goal for Overmars. But a great game for the neutrals. Fantastic action. Right the way through, end to end. Unlucky to the away manager. Next up we have Ballycastle versus Glebe. And I think this is a manager versus manager clash. We've got any changes for the Glebe? Fortune, Olisa Davey were in last time. We've got Nanami and Severese today. And over at Ballycastle we have got Churros come in for Yankola up front. And I think the rest is as is. This will be a really interesting game with 2 very interesting teams, different tactics, and some incredible. Grabowski has opened the scoring for Ballycastle, and they look like they're putting on the pressure, and it's 2-0. Grabowski's doubled the lead against Glebe, and the home side are looking in control of this one. We've skipped along to 32 minutes now. Still predominantly Ballycastle putting the pressure on. Glebe trying to claw something back before the break. But Ballycastle look like they're going to hold off. Free kick on Nanami goes close, and we get to half time. Good performance from Ballycastle. 5 attempts, 4 on target. Only the 1 attempt for Glebe. We'll have a look at the play stats. We've got an array of 5s and 6s for Glebe. Away from home, no fitness issues. Ballycastle, we've got 6s and 7s apart from Grabowski, who has had 8 touches, 3 shots, and has scored twice. Dan, I appreciate you like to watch on the play stats, and I'll try and do that when it's your games, but when you control them both, I thought I'd just leave it on the commentary for you. Both sides are going to play to 60. Glebe looking to come back into it. Patrick Berger looks like he's sealed the 3 points for Ballycastle. We're going to go to 59 minutes and a sub break. Patrick Berger with the goal to make it 3-0. Got an assist from Alexis Smerton, captain in the side, who's doing a good job in midfield. We've got an assist from Grabowski, who's up to a 10 and having a game of his life. And Vladislav Gresko also with an assist from the left-hand side. Glebe still 5s and 6s throughout, apart from Ray Parler, who's doing his best in the middle of the park to get some tackles and win some headers. But they've just not really been able to lay a glove on Ballycastle. Quickly have a look at the tactical side of things and the fitness. Could we see Jordi Cruyff, Pavlak for Gresko, swap with Berger and then Laser? So we're going to go to Ballycastle. Pavlak for Gresko. Swap with Berger. And then Lysans. Like that. Pavlak is going to come on to central defensive midfield. Lysans moves up into midfield. Royce off for Cruyff in the only change for the Glebe boys. Jordi Cruyff comes on for his 4th appearance from the substitutes bench of the season. See if he can have an impact. But it feels very much like Ballycastle have got this game well in control. Glebe are trying, but they're just not really creating a great deal. Although for the last sort of 10 minutes, it looks more of them than it does Ballycastle. Probably quite wasteful in the final third. And Ballycastle are going to see this one out into the 93rd minute and it's full time. 9 attempts, 7 on target, plays 7 and 3 for the Glebe team. Away starts a 5 for the keeper. Lots of 5 and 6s for their attacking and creative players. Some of the defensive players have not done too bad. But Ballycastle were very impressive at 10 for Grabowski with a goal and 2 assists. Like I said, assist for Smerton. The Birdering goals had a good game. And yeah, pretty comprehensive. Well done to both sides. Well done to the one manager. And we'll move on to Castle Extra Stout. This is Portrush. Extra Stout. I think one change. Milosevic in for Konstantinou. And we've got Georgic in for Nikos Dabizas. Konstantinou on the bench. Across to Portrush. Have we got anything from them? I believe they're unchanged from last time out. Very, very solid team. Redas keeps his place in the side. Goal in 2 appearances so far. Totte has yet to have any goals or assists. And we'll see how this one goes. Very niche formation from the Stout boys. Playing a double sweeper. Volodenkov's open scoring away from home for Portrush. It does look pretty even. We've got an injury to the goal scorer himself, Volodenkov. It looks a straight swap for Baumer out wide. But then again, Malevsky is just as competent at left wing back as Baumer, so I'll wait for the manager to make that decision. I assume it'll be Baumer. Baumer, thanks. The stream just lagged a second, but fine now. So Baumer for Volodenkov is the change. In instruction from the home manager is only enforced changes, so he is happy with his team. Closing in on half time. We've got a yellow card there, didn't see who for. Pretty even game, 5 attempts from Portrush, but just the one on target, which actually went in the net. 3 attempts, 2 on target for Stout, who are doing okay. Jorovic is on an 8 and he's winning headers, trying to win tackles. Not a great deal going on with their attacking players. Arnold Buggett can't get in the game. Over at Portrush, Vitobaia doing okay. Tomasi having a good game. Zambrotta out wide playing well, and Sebastian Veron with the assist for Volodenkov. I would suspect the manager will run to 60. It's generally his preference, but if not, we'll wait. Play to 60, but it would be nice to hit the target. I completely agree. We'll leave it on the play stats page for you, Dan, and do just nudge me because I will forget that. We're at 60 minutes now. We've got a corner kick to Portrush. No more goals. Not a great deal happened in that 15-minute period. Got no conditioning issues for Portrush. And Dye is up to an 8. I think Dan will want a little bit more from his attacking players, Ruzas and Totti. Over at Stout, we've got a yellow card for Taribo West. Pugink and his attacking players still can't really get in the game. 6s and 7s apart from Jorovic, who's doing his best from left-sided sweeper. But Stout are going to run it through until 90. Going to see a change for Portrush, which is going to see Totti off for Archie back. If there isn't an arrow, give him one. Archie back with an arrow comes into the attack in place of Totti. As Portrush look to double their lead. 25 minutes to go. Portrush going forward. Ruzas involved. And it's flown by to 85 minutes. We're heading towards stoppage time now. Can Stout get back into the game? Ruzas involved. Bauman involved. Stout. There wasn't a great deal in that second half at all. Only one attempt in 45 minutes from Portrush. Stout with a couple of attempts. Babiaro has gone up to an 8, but lots of 6s and 7s in the midfield and attacking positions. I don't think the manager will be terribly disheartened against a very, very strong Portrush side. Zambrotta picks up man of the match. He's done okay. We've got, as I mentioned, assist for Veron, a goal for Volodenkov, who's gone off with an injury. His fitness is 68. Excuse me, so it shouldn't be too bad. Archie back ineffective from the bench. Dan I want to see more from his attacking players moving forward. Got 3 points on the board. And away we go. Ruzas, you're right, Ruzas got an 8. I'm not really sure what he's done because he's not had a single shot. He's not made a tackle. He's won 2 out of 8 headers. And about 60% of his pass accuracy. So, but yeah, we'll go with an 8. Next up, we've got Antrim Amateurs against Cliftonville. And this is the second of our cup games. Antrim have made a couple of changes. We've got Akocha, who's dropped back to defensive midfield with a long arrow. Makovsky's come in at attacking midfield. And David Welch is going to debut up front in place of Andy Cole. So let's see how this goes. Away at Cliftonville. You would expect it to be pretty one-sided. You'd expect a comfortable win for Antrim, but in this game you never know. Cliftonville have looked competitive for the first 15 minutes. Antrim coming forward now. Good save from the Cliftonville keeper, and they again are still trying to make things happen. But David Welch on his debut has come in and scored a goal. He puts Antrim 1-0 up. 23 minutes in now, and David Welch has doubled the lead, doubled his goal tally. 2 goals in the first 24 minutes, and He has completed an incredibly impressive first half hat-trick. We're at half-time just about, and just on the stroke of half-time, Donnelly has got a goal back for Cliftonville. They've only had 3 attempts, 2 on target. They snuck a goal back, but the main talking point of the first half is that hat-trick from David Welch, who's been brought into the side. He is an exciting young talent that the manager, that's me, has spent a little bit of time with in the past and was keen to see how he could produce in the competitive world of Champ, albeit we're playing against the AI in this game in a cup match. The first half hat-trick is incredibly impressive, and he will be demanding to remain in the team at the expense of Andy Cole. Also very pleasing to see Andre Perlo and Kocha in the assists. Kocha from his deeper role today, and Andre Perlo, both who are playing with free role and license to go and do their own thing. We're going to run it on to 60 minutes and see how it pans out. Cliftonville are fighting and trying to stay in the game, but it just looks like there's a little bit more quality, a lot more quality in the Antrim side. It's 4-1 and it's 5-1. Makovsky and Perlo from the attacking midfield positions have made it 5. We've got 2 assists for a Kocha. We've got an assist for Chris Hope, assist for Perlo. What are we going to do? Let's have a look at the fitness. I'm conscious that it could be good for confidence to leave these players on with 10 days between match days, but we're going to give Luis Boamorte a run on right hand side of midfield, and that's all we're going to do. And we'll play this out the last half an hour. Wouldn't be surprised to see no further goals. Generally 5 is the limit. And we've flown by to 80 minutes. We've got an injury to Holovko, who's been incredibly impressive so far for Antrim. He's on a booking as well. Orbise is going to come on. In fact, he's not. We're going to put Stephen Reid on. We're going to throw him into midfield. Ejiofor can do a job by himself. Play out the last 10 minutes with 1 at the back. Stephen Reid up into midfield. 7 minutes to go. David Welsh still looking to add to his goal tally. It finishes 5-1. Antrim off the mark in the League Cup. Impressive performance. Perlo with a goal and an assist. A hat-trick for young David Welch. Turns out that is it. So, quick look at the classifieds. Belfast 3, Shorelars 2 in the Premier Division. Ballycastle with an impressive 3-0 win against the Glebe. The Drought, who are now top of the table, we'll have a look in a minute, against 2-0 winners against UPR, and Portrush 1-0 away at WC Stout. That puts the Drought top on 9 points with just one defeat. Big Time Belfast, the only undefeated side with 2 wins and 2 draws, up to second. GPR dropped down to third. Shillelagh in fourth. Glebe and Stout still the sides without a win. And then across to the Cup. Cromor 2, Omar 1, and then as we've just seen, 5-1 win for Antrim with impressive performances from Okocha, Perlo, Welsh and Makowski. And we've got 4 groups of 5, which will see Dromore top the group. Institute pick up a 1-0 win against Ballymena United. Glenavon top Group 2, Group 3 Antrim 5-1 winners and top the group as Crusaders and Lan drew 0-0. So thanks very much for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the show. For anybody who watched live or catches up, I'll move the save on and we'll see you soon with the next round of action. Thank you very much.